Hi, readers. Today we want to talk about how the author tells us how to read their book. They give us clues about how they want their book read. And the way they do this is by punctuation, italics, bold words, big words, and then a period, a question mark, or an exclamation mark at the end of a sentence. So I've brought you a little closer today because I want us to read a little bit of this book, Mercy Watson to the Rescue. Now, we've read a couple of chapters in this book, and they have a lot of different examples for the way that the author wants us to read a story. So let's read chapter 4 together. In the kitchen, Mercy sniffed the table. She sniffed the kitchen counters. She sniffed the floor. But there was no toast. There was not even a crumb of toast. Mercy's stomach growled in disappointment. Now I'm stopping. There are just periods on this page, so do you see I'm stopping at the end of each sentence. Now look. Boom! Crack! Help us! Mrs. Watson called. Mercy thought very hard. Where could she get a snack? Look at these words. Do you see boom and crack? Not only do they have exclamation marks at the end, but they're in big letters. And they're written differently, aren't they? So that tells us that we want our words to come out like boom, crack, because that's the way the author intended it to be read. And the answer came to her. Baby Lincoln always had sugar cookies. Baby Lincoln lived next door, and Baby Lincoln liked to share. Mercy took the kitchen doorknob in her mouth. She turned it. Help! Mrs. Watson called again. Sugar cookies, thought Mercy. She stepped outside. Remember how we said we thought Mercy was a little bit self-centered? Do you think that she's acting that way now? Her poor mama is saying help, and she's just going right along, isn't she? Chapter 5. The Lincoln sisters live next door to the Watsons. Eugenia Lincoln is the oldest sister. She has many opinions. One of Eugenia's opinions is that pigs should not live in houses. Eugenia often says, listen closer to me, baby. Pigs are farm animals. They belong on farms. They do not belong in houses. Yes, sister, says Baby. Baby Lincoln is the younger sister. She is the baby of the family. Baby agrees with everything Eugenia says. It is easier that way, but secretly, Baby has an opinion of her own. Baby's opinion is that Mercy is good company. At the Lincoln sisters' house, Mercy looked into Baby's window. She could see Baby sleeping. Mercy pressed her snout up against the window pane. Oink, said Mercy, but Baby did not hear her. Snuffle, said Mercy, but Baby did not wake up. Mercy tapped her hoof against the window. Baby sat up in bed. Who's there? She said. Do you see the question mark? That tells us that our voice should kind of go up at the end, doesn't it? Baby saw Mercy's snout pressed up against the window. A monster! Shouted Baby. A monster is at my window. Do you see how it not only does it have an exclamation mark there, but it also says, shouted Baby. Do you remember when we were talking about quotes and we said that they will tell us how they want it to be said? In this instance, shouted Baby. Mercy shook her head. Sister, shouted Baby. Help, help, a monster. Eugenia woke up. She did not put in her teeth. She did not put on her glasses. Eugenia went straight to the phone and called the fire department. There is a crisis of an uncertain nature at 52 Duckawoo Drive, said Eugenia Lincoln. "Come immediately." And then Eugenia put on her robe and rushed to baby's room. In her own opinion, Eugenia Lincoln was very good in a crisis. Do you see how my voice changed? When it was just a period at the end, I stopped. When it was a question mark at the end of a sentence, I kind of went up at the end. If it was an exclamation mark, I read it with excitement. If there were bold words or big words, I read it very loudly and big, right? So the author told me how to read this story. So I want you to practice that in your own reading. When you see the punctuation marks at the end of the sentence, I want you to read your story like it tells you to. If you see big words or bold words, then I want you to read those loudly. When you read quotes from characters and it says shouted, then you should shout it. If you read whispered, then you should whisper it. Okay? So I want you to practice today as you read your book. I want you to practice. When you read out loud, I want you to read the way that the author intended you to read the book. I know you can do it, second graders. See you soon.